Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to show you how to make this really cool potion bottle. I'm sorry if I sound a little unwell, I am, again. But I started off by making like all the little resin parts for my bottle first. So just using my craft resin, mixing it for ages and ages, and adding this like holographic saran stuff. I'm not quite sure what it's called, this stuff. I just poured that into like a crystal shaped mould that I bought off of Amazon. Added a little bit of purple dye to like the bottom of it just to give it that sort of amethyst crystal look. And then gave that sort of like a very slow mix together with a cocktail stick. Once I finished making all of my resin bits and bobs, I set those aside so that they can cure, and then moved on to the bottle. As you can tell, I really struggled getting the metal cap bit off. I slipped a few times with those scissors, scared the life out of me. You can get one of these bottles from your local supermarket. Literally, I had the opportunity for a nice glass of wine. And well, actually, it wasn't a nice glass of wine. It was an awful glass of wine. The wine in this bottle was awful. This time I'm using fimo instead of my normal super sculpey. This is because you can still see through the bottle once I've finished the crafting, and I didn't really want to have a look at like this weird flesh coloured clay on the back of the bottle. So I decided to use black fimo instead, but you can literally use any colour that you like. I just prefer black because I was going to do a lot of like metallic paint on it. So I wanted to have that already black background. It saves me painting it black later. This is probably one of my favourite bits, demolding like my resin. I love seeing how it turns out. This did have quite a few bubbles in it, but I just didn't care. It was just super pretty. So I kept the cap from the wine bottle. It's just a metal cap. I did take like the plastic insert out just because I didn't want that to melt in the baking process, but I kept it aside so that I could put it back in so that it would be watertight later, because we're going to put water in it. Then I'm just using my fimo again. I attached that in, and then, you know, just sculpted my general details. I kind of wanted it to look like a semi-natural rock. I don't think that happened somehow. It's got like a mythical vibe to it instead. I found these really pretty little crystals over on Amazon, so I wanted to add them to my sculpture. So I added those on using a little bit of bacon bond, and then sort of just attached a little bit more clay around the edges just to keep them in place. A lot of people are going to ask me, is it safe to put resin in the oven? My honest answer is probably not. I do have an outdoor oven that so I'm not baking this in my actual house. However, also you're baking this at such a really low temperature, so I honestly don't think that it really makes that much of a difference. But I wouldn't recommend putting it in an oven in your own home. If you're going to add resin pieces, you could always pop them off and then glue them back in later instead of baking it all, but I'm a little lazy and I did this in my separate oven. If you haven't noticed throughout like many of my videos, I have like this massive love of everything space related. So being as this is a moon potion, I decided to put on all of the planets as well, but the best way for me to do that was through symbols. So this is their astrological symbols, starting from the sun all the way up to Pluto, because I'm pre-2006 and still believe that Pluto is a planet. After attaching all of my symbols, it was time to bake. It was quite a nice, easy sculpt today, all in one bake. Love that. And then it was time to move on to my painting. I'm literally using just my like 3 colours really. Blue, well, a navy blue, gold, and silver. That's it, literally. Nothing massively fancy on the painting side. I started with a dark navy blue as my base, and then progressively went in with lighter shades of the same blue, just adding a little bit of white, and dry brushing that on to lift out the details, and then painting all the other bits in gold and silver. So please do sit back, enjoy the painting process, and I will see you at the end. Once I finished all my painting, I screwed up loads of balls of this holographic plastic stuff and then put it in my bottle. I did add way too much of the plastic. I ended up having to take quite a lot out because otherwise the water wouldn't move. So don't add too much like I did. And then I added some deionized water. I used deionized, really cheap, from my local Halfords instead of tap water, just because I think it will last a little bit longer. I added some glycerin in it as well, and then I also added some like sparkly silver mica powder, and that's so when you sort of swish the bottle around, it makes like this lovely glittery magic moon potion feel. And that was it. That's everything made. So thank you very much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, then please do give me a like. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, because I love a new subscriber, and you know, welcome. And I will catch you in the next one, guys. I will see you later. Bye.